Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with another eARC, electronic advanced reader copy, book haul. I did one last Thursday, I'm doing one this Thursday. This is probably going to be the new Thursday video going forward because I do get a number of these every week. I am not complaining, it's fantastic that the publishers and the authors and NetGalley want to approve me for these books. So, because I don't get to them as quickly as I would like to, because, you know, I have a job, and that kind of takes up a good chunk of my time, that I don't get to read as much as I'd like to. So by me telling you guys in these videos about the books that I get, at least I'm putting them out there so you are all aware of them, that they're coming out, or that in some cases that they've already come out, and you can go check them out for yourself. So, two things. One, I'm filming this on my lunch break, so I'm going to try and keep this as quick but still informative as much as I possibly can. Two, the glare in my glasses, I apologize. There's a light over there. It's the best that I can do. I need to be able to read. I need to be able to read off my tablet, so that's a thing. Anyway, let's jump into it because we have 14 books this week, you guys. So, this book has already come out. It came out on August the 23rd, and this is The Spirit of Second Chances by Cynthia Williams. This is book 2 in the Heart and Soul series. It is a contemporary romance, and it's a Harlequin special edition novel. So the first book dealt with ghost hunters, so that's kind of the line that this one's, like, the way that these stories are going. So, single mom Corinne is determined to achieve success in real estate to support herself and her young daughter. Too bad her most lucrative property for sale is haunted. Reluctantly, she seeks out her one-time crush, Wesley, for help. Now the co-host of a popular paranormal investigation show, he is as appealing as ever. Can they try to ignore their unfinished business? But when old feelings resurface, things get complicated. This one would actually be a lot of fun for October because it does deal with like a haunted house scenario. So yeah, this one sounds really fun. I actually, well, of course, I have a copy of all of these from the publishers, but yeah, so thank you very much to Harlequin for this one. Also, already came out on August the 23rd, excuse me, is their Surprise Safari Reunion by Ella Hayes. So thank you to Ella herself. She's the one who sent me an eARC copy of this one. And this is another contemporary romance, and it's a Harlequin romance novel. When travel blogger extraordinaire Maddie is invited on a safari, she can't get her foot on the private jet fast enough. It's a perfect way to escape London and her painful past, until, to her astonishment, Maddie finds Caden, excuse me, and I haven't put my glasses on, Caden, waiting for her. He's the guy Maddie never got to say goodbye to, and the mystery owner of the game reserve. Maddie spent her whole life running. This time will she stay with Caden? Sounds delightful. It takes place on safari. Something that I don't know if I don't think I'm ever going to get a chance to do that, but it sounds delightful. Looking forward to reading that one. This one has also already come out. It came out on September the 6th, and that is Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake by Mazey Eddings. This is another contemporary romance, and thank you very much to St. Martin's Press for sending me the eARC copy of this book. So it says, Lizzie has made endless mistakes. Kitchen fires, pyramid schemes, bangs, of the hair and human variety. You name it, she's done it and made a mess of it. One mistake she's never made is letting anyone get closer to her than a single hookup. But after losing yet another bakery job due to her uncontrollable ADHD, she breaks her cardinal rule and has a two-night stand that changes everything. And that's all I'm going to read. Well, there's a little bit at the end because I think it's hilarious. Through a series of mishaps, totally platonic, in air quotes, single bed sharing, and an underground erotic baking scheme, Lizzie and Rake learn that even the biggest mistakes can have the most beautiful consequences. Does that not sound delightful? I cannot wait to get to this book. Coming out September 20th, so as of the date of this video going up, it will have already been released. We have Finding Jean Kelly by Torie Jean. This is another contemporary romance. Thank you to Sunset and Camden Creative for this one. This is a little bit of a longer explanation, but I don't know how to break this down any easier. Essentially, this one is a fake date scenario. So from what I've read about this one, I love the cover to this book, by the way. She marries, again using air quotes, this boy when she's 5 years old. And then what does it say? Enter Liam Kelly, the man Evie married at the age of 5 and promptly divorced at 7, when he had the audacity to throw a muddy football at her while she was reading Eloise in Paris. Young love, it's so fickle. So they were little childhood crush sweethearts, and they went their separate ways. She's, in Paris now, and something happens with her family, and she needs a fake date for a wedding, and there he is, fake date scenario, and we go from there. It sounds really cute. Again, I love the cover, so definitely go ahead and check this one out. Also, a book that has already come out as of the date of this video going up on September the 21st is Making Waves at Riverview Cottage by Jennifer Bohnet. This I would consider to be a chick lit novel. It's one of the UK chick lit type books. And thank you very much to Boldwood Books for my e-art copy of this one. In between working at the family boatyard in picture-perfect Dartmouth and raising 2 children, she wonders where the years have gone. Both her children, Tom and Polly, have inherited their father's love of sailing, and currently Tom is preparing for a grueling round-the-world race. When an accident forces Tom to pull out, Polly, to Cassie's horror, insists she's capable of taking his place. As Polly prepares for the race, Cassie unexpectedly finds herself with 2 keen and eligible men vying for her love. With her big 5-0 birthday approaching, Cassie knows she has some big decisions to make, but will the worry over Polly's safe return cloud her judgment? So that sounds really, really good. It says, this is a wonderful escape to the beautiful harbor of Dartmouth, perfect for fans of Lucy Coleman, Joe Thomas, and Sue Roberts. Also, this was originally published in 2003 under the title Call of the Sea. So for those of you who may have read that book, this is not a new book, essentially. It's a reprint, rebranded, retitled. It happens quite a bit, but I'm glad that they pointed it out. Not a lot of books actually do that. Coming out today on September the 22nd, we have Lost Luggage by Samantha Tonge. This is another chick lit from Boldwood Books, so thank you again, Boldwood. 1 lost suitcase, 2 strangers, and a notebook that will change lives. Again, this one sounds so good, and I love the cover. For almost 50 years, sisters Dolly and Greta have lived together, getting each other through the good times and the bad, except this year Greta isn't there, and Dolly is feeling lost and alone. In memory of her sister, Dolly heads to the Lost Luggage auction, where she and Greta go each Christmas. But her bid reveals a gift she never imagined. Amongst the clothes is a notebook of a reclusive woman who has hardly been outside for an entire year, but who isn't ready to give up on life. The notebook's contents resonate with Dolly. With the support of her neighbors, retired Leroy and 11-year-old Flo, Dolly decides to take on the year of firsts Phoebe had planned. Does that not sound great? Like, I love the idea of going to a lost luggage auction for one. Like, that just sounds fantastic. It's like, what was that show that used to be out? Storage Wars? I know a lot of that was planted. Like, they always planted something in the storage locker. I totally get it. But just the idea of, like, going into a storage locker or lost luggage and finding something like that just sounds so interesting to me. Coming out September 24th is Just Date and See by Portia MacIntosh. This is another contemporary romance from Boldwood Books, so thank you again, Boldwood. With a house full of unexpected and unwanted guests, Billy needs to find the perfect escape to get away from the chaos. So when her dating app recommends a week of single nights in her area, Billy decides that braving these events has to be better than making conversation with her dad's new wife, dealing with her mom's midlife crisis, or witnessing her sister flirting with her insufferable, arrogant next-door neighbor. Well, while this definitely is not the festive season she had planned, between disco bowling and boozy bingo, I would go to boozy bingo, little does Billy know that she may find love this year after all. She'll just have to date and see. Now, I just read a Portia MacIntosh book last week or the week before, and I really enjoyed it. So I am really looking forward to reading this one now, even more so than I was originally. But yeah, this one sounds really good. Coming out September 27th, The Duke's Defiant Cinderella by Parker J. Cole. This is a Harlequin historical, so thank you very much, Harlequin, for sending the e-art copy my way. Step into Paris in this Louis XVI Cinderella romance. I'm not very good with Roman numerals. It's XVI. That's 16, right? I think so. An arranged betrothal by royal approval. As a servant girl who discovered she was the long-lost daughter of a Comte, C-O-M-T, Comte? I don't know what that word sounds French. And as a Canadian, I should, but I don't speak French. Lilas is no stranger to scandal. Now more famous for her art, she won't have her independence threatened by the return of her betrothed Bastien. As a new attraction sizzles between them, Lilas is relieved. He wants to end their secret marriage contract. But a summons from the Queen means they're forced to continue their charade. Whatever. No, that sounds really good. And I love the fact that it's like, so many of the Harlequin romances are historical romances, along with just historical romances in general, tend to really focus on the Regency period. I'm really excited to see one from a different time period. I think that's going to be really good. Coming out December 6th, we have Well Traveled by Jen DeLuca. This is the 4th book in the Well Met series. I have yet to read any of these books. I need to get to them. This is a contemporary romance. Thank you very much to Berkley for sending me this one. A high-powered attorney from a successful-oriented family business, Louisa Lulu Malone, lives to work, and everything seems to be going right until the day she realizes it's all wrong. Lulu's cousin Mitch introduced her to the world of Renaissance fairs, and when she spies one at a time just when she needs an escape, she leaps into the welcoming environment of turkey legs, taverns, and tarot readers. The only drawback, Dex McLean, a guitarist with a killer smile, the Casanova of the fair, and her traveling companion for the summer. So obviously there's going to be a romance. Sounds like she's like high-powered businesswoman who's trying to like let her hair down, and he's like a guitar. I love it. The idea of a Renaissance fair, like, for those of you who have read this series, let me know your thoughts. I know it's had mixed reviews, but it's something I really need to get to because it really does sound super, super cute. Coming out on January the 10th, 2023. So we're looking at books coming out next year, you guys. Next year. Dark of Night by Colleen Coble. This is book number 2 in the Annie Pedersen series. It's an inspirational romantic suspense. And thank you very much to Thomas Nelson for sending me the art copy of this one. So this is second in a series, and it sounds like it's a police procedural type scenario. As if the last few months haven't been hard enough, complete with threats on her life and the return of her first love, Annie has to figure out whether or not to believe a woman who claims to be her sister Sarah, who was abducted 24 years ago at the age of 5. That's all I'm going to read about this one. Again, it's second in a series. I have not read the first one yet. I do need to read the first one. It sounds like this is one that would like play off, like you'd need to read these ones in order. So I don't want to say too much more about this. But I know Colleen Coble is very well known for her inspirational romances, inspirational romantic suspense books. So this is one, if that's your jam, and this is one you might need to check out, or at least check out this series. Coming out on January the 10th, 2023, we have Snuffed Out by Vanola Jones. This is the first book in a magical candle shop mystery series. It is a cozy mystery. Thank you very much to Crooked Lane Books for sending me this one. 30-year-old fraternal twins Tabby and Sage Winslow own the book and candle shop in Savannah. Sage is hot-headed and impulsive, while Tabby is calm and collected, making them the perfect partnership. When one of their customers is found murdered from a blow to the head, that partnership is put to the test. And that's all I'm going to say about this one as well. Cozy mysteries. I do love a good cozy and a magical cozy to boot. This one sounds super cute. Cannot wait to read it. And we only have a couple more left here, you guys. Coming out on January the 17th, 2023, A Guide to Being Just Friends by Sophie Sullivan. This is book 3 in the Jansen Brothers series. It's a contemporary romance. Oh my gosh, I did not put down who the publisher was. I'll leave it right here. So thank you to the publisher. I apologize for not writing it down. Haley Sharp has a one-track mind. Get By the Cup salad shop off the ground. Do literally everything possible to make it a success. Repeat. With a head full of entrepreneurial ideas and a bad ex in her rear view, her one and only focus is living life the way she wants. No distractions. Wes Jansen never did understand the fuss about relationships. With a string of lackluster first dates and the pain from his parents' angry divorce following him around, he'd much rather find someone who he likes but won't love. Companionship, not passion, is the name of the game. So clearly these two people are going to meet and sparks are going to fly, and I'm in for it. It sounds really, really delightful. Next one, coming out January the 24th, 2023, Do I Know You? By Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegemund-Broka. This is another contemporary romance. Thank you very much, Berkley, for this one. I love this one because it's about a couple that's married. You don't see that very often. So it says, Eliza and Graham are anticipating an anything but sexy week-long getaway to celebrate their 5-year anniversary. Nestled on the Northern California coastline, the resort prides itself on being a destination for those in love and those looking to find it. For Eliza and Graham, it might as well be a vacation with a roommate. When a well-meaning guest mistakes Eliza and Graham for being single and introduces them at the hotel bar, they don't correct him. Suddenly they're pretending to be perfect strangers, and it's unexpectedly fun. Eliza and Graham find themselves flirting like it's their first date and waiting with butterflies in their stomachs for the other to text back. This sounds so, come on, right? Everyone at the retreat can sense the electric chemistry between Eliza and Graham's alter egos. But when their game of role-playing ends, will they still feel the heat? I kind of really love that. I think it sounds delightful. And last but not least, coming out on February the 7th, 2023, Murder at an Irish Castle by Ellie Brannigan. Irish Castle Mystery #1. This is another cozy from Crooked Lane Books, so thank you again, Crooked Lane Books. Rodeo Drive bridal wear designer Rain expected her 30th birthday to start with a power lunch and end with champagne, lobster, and a diamond engagement ring from her fiancé. Instead, flat, broke, and busted, she's on a plane to Ireland, where she discovers that she's inherited a rundown family castle. Because why the heck not? Uncle Nevin's will contains a few caveats. For example, if Rain doesn't turn McGrath Castle around within a year, the entire village will be financially destroyed. No pressure at all. No pressure. With the fate of the town in her hands and rumors that her uncle's death wasn't actually an accident, she can't possibly go back to her old life in LA. As the devastating truth about her uncle draws on, it's not just her reputation that's on the line, it's her life. So this is a cozy, but it does sound a slight bit darker than your average cozy mystery. So yeah, I'm very, very much intrigued by this one. So anyway, guys, I'm kind of getting some interesting lighting happening here, so I am going to finish off this video and get back to work because my lunch break is over. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below. Any of these books sound good to you? Are you going to go ahead and pick them up or put them on pre-order or what have you? Do let me know. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.